Hey guys, this is SkyTech. Today I have a bit of an unusual video, but I wanted to bring it to you guys nevertheless. I was very fortunately able to get my hands on a Braille Note Touch. And of course, going into, exploring the Braille Note Touch, of which I've done very minimal of, I wanted to see what the math was like, and it turns out, it turns out that it was worth making a video about. But it's something that I also want to compare the Braille Note Touch. I want to compare the Braille Sense Polaris with the Braille Note Touch in terms of math capabilities. Now, what I'm going to merely test it with some of the problems that I've been working on in my schooling, which is inequalities. So I'm going to get right into it, and I probably should turn my
visual display off.
Oh, it was already on.
Visual display on.
Okay, so I have my voice on and I have my display on. So for sighted people, I am going to bring up the display so that you know that the Keymath is working. I apologize if my camera aim is not the best, but I will try as hard as I can to get that perfect view for you guys. So let's get right into it. It's not in the main menu exactly. You have to go to All Apps.
Bottom. All Applications.
All Applications.
Main menu. All Apps. Achieve 3000 barred mocap cat dot drive zerator plot file key brf key cat key files key list key mail key math.
Okay, so you want to go to the Keymath application, and I'm going to press Enter.
Keymath.
Create.
Name it. Math typesetting mode. Edit box. Blank.
And it has said, that it is in Keymath. Now this has a graphing calculator option, so you can use this as a graphing calculator. You press Enter with G to get that functionality. Now I'm going to attempt to do an equation. Let's say, I apologize, I'm going to put my camera down to type this in. I'm going to put
Dots 3, 4, 5,
okay.
6 deleted.
My plan is to actually be able to solve the equation, so I'm going to make it an easy one. X plus 4 is greater than 10. Okay, x plus 4 is greater than 10. Okay, so obviously I'm going to do it correctly. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to subtract 4 to get x by itself. So I'm going to show that x plus 4 minus 4. And I am doing this in a horizontal format. Just so you guys know, x plus 4 minus 4, and then I'm going to show what you have to do on the left, you have to do on the right. I'm going to show is less than 10 minus 4. Okay, so new line, I'm going to show, and this would actually be the answer because x would be by itself. the x equals 6.
Bottom. New line. Space.
Okay, hold on. X. Oh, no, wait, it's greater than. I apologize. X.
Braille space deleted.
X is less than 6. Okay, and I'm going to flip
Top.
up the display, or, well, I'm going to read what I have for those who cannot see. X plus 4 is greater than 10, and then I put a new line. X plus 4 minus 4 is less than, or is greater than 10 minus 4, and then I put a new line. Final answer, X is greater than 6. And let me fold up the display. Let me put the display on here. And okay. Hold on, let me try and get good view of the display. I really hope that I'm getting it. And then
X plus 4 greater than 10, X plus 4 minus 4 greater than 10 minus 4, linear output. New line.
it's saying linear output for some reason. But, and I'm hoping that I get this, so normally it would print, when you print this or emboss it, it will show up using the Keymath code, which is really helpful if you don't want the pain of carrying a Braille writer to a public school. I'm going to close the display. If you don't want to take the Braille writer and you don't want to deal with the hassle of the Braille writer, this is a convenience. Now, I am going to attempt to get a hold of the Braille Sense, get a hold of a Braille Sense Polaris, so that I can test out the math feature on the Polaris. I imagine it's much more organized. I imagine it's much easier to use, but I'm not sure at this point as to what the math feature is. I normally use a Braille writer for math. The touch seems like it's doable, but yet not preferable. I'm going to now show you how to save it, just for a good ending. And wait. Oh, okay. You have to.
Bottom.
Wait. Okay.
Top. Edit box.
Hold on.
Keymath help. To quickly jump to an item, type its first letter. The focused item is a tick box. To start editing, enter. To start and stop selection, enter with S. To copy, backspace with Y.
Okay.
Edit box, top. Blank.
Okay.
Edit box, new line.
Wait, let's see.
Selection start. Bottom. X plus 4 greater than 10, X plus 4 minus 4 greater than 10 minus 4, linear output. Bottom. Selection end. Copied spoken content to clipboard.
Okay, so you would copy and paste into a Word document, which is basically enter with you do enter with S at the top of the document, space with 456, go to the bottom of the document, aim your cursor at the last character, and backspace with Y, and then get into Word, and then enter or backspace with V. And so it looks like it's fairly functional, and looks like you can do math on this, which was beyond possibility 10 years ago. The Touch did make significant improvements to the Apex, yet I still prefer the HIMS, Braille Sense, U2, and Polaris, of which I have had experience with both. Alright, and I will see you guys on the next video. I will attempt to make another video on the Braille Note Touch this weekend, and I hope you all have a good day. Peace.